Okay, test server 21st, 22nd of January, and we are talking heavy spiral weapons. Now, I've decked out this particular Fury. As we're looking at it, there's the prototype 1, 2 and 3 from left to right. The difference in them is basically the amount of damage. Now, there's also a slight difference with how it fires, and I do want to talk about that because that's what I would like to see changed if this weapon ever goes live. Now, here we go. This is the one, and it fires a single rocket that basically looks like the SMS Hydra, and I think it should run like it should have a tracer round, you know, it glows red, for instance, just to show that it's a heavy weapon. And that's true for the difference between the light spiral and the SMS Hydra at the moment. I think you should be able to tell the difference between those in flight. They should, you know, it should glow green or red as a tracer. But the prototype 2 fires slightly differently. It shoots off 3 rockets like that, and so does the 3. And I think with every version, if this was to ever go live, whichever version ends up being released, it should look different in the air, so people can tell, look, this is a heavy weapon, you need to get out of the way, rather than say from a normal light spiral or an SMS Hydra. You know, you might decide to just angle your shield or just eat that damage for that particular round. So I'll just get that beacon. The other thing is the damage. Now, I have done some quick maths on that, which I won't bore you with, but I would basically go with prototype 3's damage. And the range, there's 2 ways of going about this. I see all are capped at 300 at the moment. Sorry, 600 metres. Now, you could go with that range, say, all the way out. Well, you could go as far as you like. Say you went to 1,100 metres. The only thing I would say is you would definitely have to make, you know, have a trace around to say this is a heavy weapon and keep that damage right down, so you know it doesn't annoy people off too much. You know, annoy people off. You see what I did there? You know, annoy people too much. Now, I wouldn't do that personally. I think the best thing is to do what has been done, and I see at the moment it's 600, but I'd go even shorter than that. But I'd go to 500. Oh, I'd go to 500, because if it's going to be a heavy and have all that extra damage, yeah, I'd restrict that distance. Now, I think the Hydra, the SMS Hydra, the medium, is it's already a viable high silver weapon, low gold, and you know it even works in high gold if used right. So that it's becoming viable, but not well received. I personally don't have a big issue with it, because I like the challenge of being able to run different robots to have a viable counter to any weapon really. But some people just throwing the toys out the pram, saying, no, I don't like it, it's different. But I like the challenge. I'm not saying you know, put this live. But you know, you've got to. That's what test servers are for. Now, on this, I've just put the two prototype ones because I wanted to run the Ansel because it's so much. That buff it had recently has made it much more viable. Oh, it's popped off. Yeah, so it's worth getting now. That's basically what I'm saying. The Ansel. That's all I had to say basically on the. I'm gonna have to stop saying basically as well. With regards to spiral weapons. Now I did put a pair of hydras on here just to show you the animation that I was talking about. You see, you can't tell that's the same animation as the heavy. There should be a, I would say, for the hydra, this weapon, put say a green trace around on it, and for the heavy, put a red trace around on it, or even have it fly through the air slower. And that, you know, there's a few options out there, but this just looks, you can't tell the difference between this or the light spiral. And it'd be nice to be able to tell the difference between, you know, so you know which weapon you're dealing with and whether it's worth ducking behind cover and so forth. I put Doc in because since his recent buff, he has become a formidable little robot. Well, they all have. All the changes to all the Wild West robots are great, and have made them viable for all tiers, even gold, high gold play. The Jesse and Doc and Butch you could run them all three, and because of the changeover, the quick draw ability actually being quick now, they really are viable. And that Ansel as well, that's a great buff. I'll just finish this game out and then I'll leave you. It looks like we're going to lose, but that's all I had to say. This is just a quick one for mainly the developers, to be honest. That's who watches. That's the only person that watches my video, apart from my mother, probably. Okay. So anyway, thank you for listening, and I've been the Bush Doctor.